The cost of being rich is really a lot. It's not really easy to handle. There's a lot to handle. I don't have experience with that because I personally am not rich, but I can at least tell you how it is to handle that. But on this video, we're just going to go over some TikToks and really talk about how these people see the cost of being rich is. So let's get to it.
What's up, TikTok family? So today we got a topic that I like to discuss because I feel like I got a different type of approach on it. Like today we're talking about fame versus riches. A lot of people be like, yo, I'd rather be rich than famous. I want to stay low key, this and this and that. See me, I was reading the Bible, Genesis 12 today, when the God called Abraham to leave his country, to leave his people and stuff like that. And he was going to make his name great, make his name known to all the nations and stuff, make his name famous, right? But it was for God's purposes. And I think it's similar cases, right? I think it's all about the intent behind why you want to be influential or why you want to be famous, because a lot of times you can monetize that influence or that fame and then get the riches. But I think that if you're doing it for God's glory and God's purpose, or doing something positive in general, which will ultimately lead to his purpose, there's nothing wrong with that. Like why are so many good people running away from their calling or a platform where they could change the world? But then you got everybody out here, you got Cardi B, they run into it. You got everybody, but I feel like more good people need to run to it too.
And he makes a good point, because when you, and I always say this on my podcast when I used to have it, when you let your purpose take in and you let faith play a role in it, especially if you're faith-based, if you listen to this, you're going to see a lot of more benefits come in. Because I had to realize for myself too, through a friend I was talking to as this recording, who was telling me a lot of things. He probably knows he's watching this. He was just telling me, like, you got to remember to seek the kingdom first. And so when you seek the kingdom, all other righteousness will be added unto you. Just meaning that if you put your faith in God first, everything else will play out the way it should play out in God's will, because everything you do should honor the Father and not honor yourself or honor what you feel should go right in this situation. Because it's not about feeling, it's about the intention and the impact and the results of what you're doing to glorify something bigger than you. Just like a superhero, when you recast Black Panther, it's not about the actor, it's about what's bigger beyond that. The black essence of it, the black success of it, the black inspiration of it. Just using that for example, since I'm a young black 19-year-old man.
I've lost the ability to go watch a movie. And it's crazy because I was on my way here, someone recognized me and said, hey Vin, phone out, 30 seconds, life advice. I'm like, be happy, have a good day. And it was such a shit answer. And I was like, oh, why don't he was recording me too? And it's just, I don't know, I don't like that. I don't mind if you want to come and take a photo, all good. It's all good. The worst amount was probably maybe 8-9 times, one outing with my family. And I'll never forget this experience, man. I was eating cold rolls. I had sauce all over my hands. This guy came up and goes, oh, Vin, I would love to have a photo. I was like, oh, hey man, I've got, and you know what he said to me? It's okay, I'll wait while you go wash your hands. I was with my family. I was with my kids.
No, that's
crazy. And I didn't know what to do, man. So I went and washed my hands. And I came back and I felt so gross with myself. That whole night, I was annoyed with myself because I did it. I've lost the ability.
I mean, that's what happens sometimes. I mean, you see it a lot with these YouTubers now. They're making, like, for example, I'll use School of Hard Knocks. Like, he does that a lot too. Like, what's one thing you use? Like, I saw him one time with Batista. I saw him one time with Myron Golden. And, like, he interviews these different famous, successful people who are financially successful. And it's like, okay. And just looking at this man here, for him being an actor, like, you being rich is really a cost. Like, it's not about just you having all the money, all the positives, but you also deal with the cons. You also deal with being approached by other people, dealing with other enticements that might wear you off of your journey. But in this scenario here, he's talking about how people are just like idolizing you. And even for yourself, sometimes you might like it because you're human. We might have that desire, but a real humbled human would know that's annoying, like that guy seeing, because it's good to take a photo, it's good to ask a question, but it can be annoying just dealing with that every day. And when you get rich, you basically have to have more privacy, because now when you be public, you're not like how you were before you're famous, but now it's like everybody's watching your same move. And the other day ago, I was actually looking at an Instagram post, and I saw that even just normal, average, everyday citizens have to be careful too on the internet and what they do, because people are watching. Trackers are looking at you. But as a celebrity, you really gotta be careful, because it's annoying and it's quite scary to be often. It's quite scary, to really be in that predicament like that, where people just keep on asking you questions. That's why you gotta give it to the Father and not give it to yourself, because you don't get the glory. Something bigger than you has that glory, and all you do is receive the gift of it.
I had the American dream happen to me. I got the great job. I was good at it. I bought a house. The house had a pool. I had the American dream, and I really, really liked it. Loved it for about 6 months, and then I walked in my house and went, "Oh man, this is not fixing this problem that I have. How is that possible?" Jim Carrey did a really good quote a couple of years ago.
I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, and so that they could see that it's not where you're going to find your sense of completion.
That message is very powerful, because I thought it would fix everything, and it didn't.
Oh, may he rest in peace. But yeah, I mean, money doesn't fix your problems. Money just fixes your money problems. More money, more problems. Don't they always say that, right? The old saying. So just because you have more money doesn't mean your problems go away. Sometimes your problems get way worse because you feel like you had that void being filled, but it's just something that's just short term. And even the Bible references how money can be right here, and moths and everything can eat them up, and robbers can steal it, but the real treasure is what's in your heart. For my non-believers, it's in your heart, but for my believers, it's in you trusting God, seeking the kingdom, and then letting everything else be added unto you. But let that know that that's just an extension of what your main course meal is, which is the heart, the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your character labor, and not your working labor. Because you can work as hard as you want to, but you have to be satisfied internally before you can be satisfied externally. And so I think with that guy there, he was at first happy externally, but never got the internal, because he was just looking at chasing. And that chasing ain't never gonna get you nowhere. So that was a good video, but may he rest in peace. Matthew Perry.
I'm unlucky that a part of my job comes with fame. I don't like that part of my job.
Why?
Because I don't need it, nor do I want it.
What's the cost of it?
People will never appreciate the beauty and the tranquility that comes with anonymity, the ability to write your story whenever you meet someone. When you meet a stranger, let's say you're at a bar, at a restaurant, in a train station, wherever, you can look at somebody and you can say, "Hello, my name is," and you can tell them who you are. And what we never seem to realize as people is every time we meet a new person, we are writing our story from the beginning and from that moment in time. When you are now known, your anonymity is gone. People have a different idea of what privacy you deserve or don't deserve. I've had many friends who won't go out with me in public because they go, "Hey man, I want to have a meal and not be disturbed. I want to wear whatever clothes I want to wear without worrying that they'll take a picture of me standing next to you and then I'll look terrible." Or, I don't want to think about these things. And I get it. I get where they're coming from. I think many of the downsides of fame are the facts that, as my mom even puts it, you are now owned by the world. I'm unlucky.
Wow. That's something there. You are now owned by the world. I mean, that's crazy, but it's the truth. And there are some more people who are actually really owned by the world, if you know what I mean, Illuminati. But either way, I don't care about that. I just hope that people aren't doing that, if that is true. But people are owned by the world, if you think about it, to that certain degree, because you can't go nowhere looking all kind of way if you are a celebrity. And if you're with your friends, that is annoying, because you can be with your friend, not even friends, but with this young man here, he could probably be with his wife or kids if he has any, if I'm not mistaken, and they can be interrupting, just talking, be like, "Hey, how you doing, and you're like trying to enjoy your dinner with your wife and child, or a woman if you're trying to enjoy it with your husband and child, and it's like, well, why does he keep interrupting me? Why does this woman keep interrupting me? Why does this man keep interrupting me? I'm trying to enjoy dinner with my family." So I understand where he's coming from, and that can get ridiculous, Even for me personally, as a small content creator down here locally where I'm at in South Carolina, sometimes I have people recognize me too, and it can be, great and all, and I appreciate it, and I'd be thankful for it, but it can get annoying too, because you can be eating somewhere or going somewhere, and somebody looking at you so strange. I'm like, why are you looking at me strange? But it could be because they already saw me on an IG reel or a YouTube reel, and I'm like, okay, well, nice to meet you. Hey, can I get a picture? Hey, what's your advice? Hey, this and that. Nice to meet you. All right, goodbye. All right, and this is the last one.
So many are chasing riches and fame. People want to be seen and acknowledged. They want praise and position, and of course, money, money, money. But listen to what the actor Jim Carrey said. I think everyone should get rich and famous and do everything they dreamed of so that they can see that it's not the answer. You see, all those things only last a few years on earth and don't really create happiness from within. Billy Graham said, what is the use of being famous on earth when heaven doesn't even know your name? If you want to make sure you're known in heaven, type amen in the comments and follow or subscribe.
Well, we're not following and subscribing. I'm just joking. If you guys want to follow and subscribe them. Hey, I don't have no issue. Especially when it's talking about the Bible, I have no issue with that. But yeah, I mean, that's true, and I like what he said there. That's really a mouthful that really got my attention. Is just that, what's the purpose of being known to the world if you can't be known to heaven? And the main thing is, not known to God. You'll rather be known to the most famous basketball god, but you don't want to be known to the most high God. You rather want to be recognized by the greatest actor of all time and not the greatest savior of all time. I mean, really think about that. And you might say, well, I want to be recognized by Jesus, I want to be recognized by God. But you got to really think about it, because some people in this world, even if they're believers, they will chase money all the way till they just lose everything. Some people will lose their own value if they get so hungry because they want to be successful. And when you let that get to you, when you get to the point where like your moral values are worthless and going against your values or getting money is worth more than your true values that you live for, especially if it's in biblical terms, you're messing up. And you're going to basically go through a road path that's going to lead to nothing, to danger, to a climactic end in a bad way. And so I like what that guy said. And so just to recap everything, the cost of being rich is basically that you are owned by the world, you're not known to God, but you're known by the world, and basically you're not having the treasure in your heart, but the treasure is in the manifestation of what you're getting instead of the internal manifestation. And so to give you the opposite of that, which is the positive side of it, seek the kingdom and all his righteousness will be added unto you if you're a believer. And if you're not, be a good person. Love people. Do your things out of your passion, your purpose, and out of your values. Don't let nobody trick you or get you into nothing. Never, and I mean never, stay still. Let your peace be still. Don't let nobody rock it. So, just like how Jesus suffered, and at the end he became successful, the same way we can do the same thing. We just got to continue to go through the trials and tribulations, maybe even the trauma. This book is on Amazon if you want to get it. That's a memoir about my life, but focusing back on you guys. Go through all that to build up who you got to become. I hope this video really helped you and you understand the concept of the cost of being rich and famous. And please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit that notification button, and comment down below what are your thoughts about being rich and famous. My name is St. Matthew. Thank you. Goodbye.